of communicating that back at home, whether it be the GOP or the Liberal Democratic Party, there seems to be real inability to articulate what exactly we're doing with our military, why it's so inefficient, and why we're spending so much money. So we do have a question about why you think there is a failure of liberal ideology or a failure of liberalism, its inability to successfully articulate legitimization of this imperialist project, especially with all the ways in which the globe is changing and imperialism is changing.
I mean, look, the first thing about liberalism is that it doesn't want to look like a hammer, it would like to appear as if it's doing something good in the world, right? They are bringing civilization to the natives, bringing security, international rules-based order, all of this stuff, the kind of thing that you hear Antony Blinken saying, international rules-based order. But here's the funny part of the whole thing, is people aren't buying it anymore. Recently, Britain's Keir Starmer at the G20 meeting had a bilateral with Xi Jinping of China. In the bilateral, Keir Starmer proceeded to harangue Xi Jinping about the situation in Hong Kong, talking about democracy. Now, let's take a breath. Hong Kong. Hong Kong was seized by the British at the end of the First Opium War in 1842. The British basically fought a war not against drugs, for drugs, so that British companies could sell opium, dump opium into the Chinese market. So the British fought a war to force the Chinese to take opium. Some of the most distinguished corporations at the time, Jardine Matheson and so on, Barclays, were involved, including US companies, the families like the Forbes family, the Astor family of Astor Place in New York City. All of them were drug dealers. Anyway, the British seized Hong Kong and took a long lease on it. Well, the lease, 150-year lease, ran out in 1997. Between 1842 and 1997, the British controlled Hong Kong as a colony. There was no talk of